like the taste of chocolate and orange, you will enjoy this tender, sweet, quick bread. It's a chocolate zucchini loaf, and it's shared, of course, with a tall glass of milk by our very own favorite Becky Low. Yeah, it couldn't be a Becky recipe without a glass of milk, right?
Absolutely. You need that
Perfectly
milk.
fitting, and I love the combination of chocolate and orange, and because I don't grow zucchini, I never get sick of it. I know some people out there are already looking for ways to use it up. This will fit that bill too.
Yeah, you know, this time of the year, those plants that we thought would only just produce just a couple,
right?
They're going crazy.
They look like weaklings in June, and now here they are showing their strength. Okay, where do we start?
All right, let's start right over here. In fact, as long as we're talking about the zucchini, you know, we want to shred that up, and this is a great recipe for using those big football-sized zucchinis. You don't necessarily have to peel them. Well, I don't peel them, but you don't necessarily have to take the seeds out unless they're really big.
Okay.
Okay, so shred them up. We're there.
Growing zucchini because it was just overtaking your yard.
I did.
Okay.
I have to tell you a fun story. I was living in Sandy, and a family moved in to their grandparents' old home, and there was lots of garden space, and so they planted 24 zucchini plants.
Oh my word. They were going for it.
So did everybody else.
Yeah, their neighbors weren't happy either at that point because there's the doorstep ditching that happens with the zucchini this time of year.
Okay, so we need some recipes. We just can't seem to throw them away. So let's start off with the recipe. We want something that's nice and moist, so I have butter. In fact, when you add butter to anything, it just gives it a nice flavor.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes when we put oil in quick breads, then it makes it more moist. Okay, so we're using the zucchini, we're doing the butter for flavor, and because we're using that butter and that combination, then we can actually cut back on some of the fat with it.
Okay, we don't need the oil.
So flavor, yeah, you want flavor, so with the butter. All right, and basic recipe, you're just beating together your sugar and your butter and putting your eggs in, which I have already to this stage.
Looks like a beautiful batter.
Okay, all right, now the next part, let's add our zucchini to it. And we want some essence of orange. I'm just gonna take my hands and put 2 cups of zucchini in here, and the orange. You said that you like that. This reminds me of a Christmas orange.
Yeah,
you know,
that
the chocolate
classic treat that you crack and eat and love.
Yes. So we're putting some orange in there. We're also putting some orange juice with it. So it's basically about 1
You're not
orange.
even going to taste the zucchini by the time the chocolate and orange do their work.
You know, zucchini is so nice. It takes on other flavors. And so,
kind of bland.
Yeah, and this recipe is different than sometimes we think, because zucchini is bland, that we've got to put all these spices in it. We're taking out the spices. We're adding the essence of orange, and it's just a nice, mellow, chocolatey recipe.
Spice for sweet.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, talking about chocolate. Let's add some chocolate chips
Do not
to this
forget
as well.
that. Are you kidding? That would be a great day emergency. That's the whole point.
I'm going to move this over so that we can get here just a little bit closer.
Okay.
And I did put some vanilla in there as well.
Did I read there's cocoa in this recipe too?
Yes, you did. We want a double chocolate.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we have our our moist ingredients. You know, that yummy butter and the sugar and the eggs all mixed together. And then I have the dry ingredients. So some flour, some baking powder, some soda, and a little bit of salt, and cocoa. You know, so that adds the extra to it. Now, sometimes, I don't know if you've ever had a quick bread where you taste like it's all soda, or you get a mouthful of salt. So here's how we do the salt that. Just take a whisk or your fork, mix those dry ingredients together. You know, sometimes we might be tempted to just kind of throw them all in one at a time into our bowl. But if you mix them ahead, then you won't overmix your batter, and then you make sure that you have also incorporated all of those, the soda and the baking powder and the salt into the flour so that it's an even mix.
So it's a small step you shouldn't skip.
Right, and don't overmix this. It's going to make it a tough recipe.
Okay.
Tough bread. Okay, then simply put it in the oven, bake it for about an hour. It does take a long time to bake.
It was easy though to throw together. It came together really quickly.
You know, that's what I like with it, is it's just so fast, and all right, you know, technically speaking, we're only using 2 cups of zucchini, but it's a delicious recipe.
Okay, now what do we do with the other 20 cups that are looming in the refrigerator? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll bring you back next week for that. That could be like a whole year-long series, actually.
Okay, and you know, you want to grease your loaf pans. This makes 2 loaves of bread. Okay. And I like to add some parchment to it as well.
Nice.
Okay, so the parchment, I still have some. I sprayed it with nonstick spray. Yep. But I don't know if you've ever turned out your quick bread and then you have half the bottom that is stuck on the bottom, or there's a corner with it. Yeah, this prevents it so that you just, it's like a liner.
Pops out.
Easy liner.
What's the spread you have with it?
Okay, I like it just plain. Plain with a glass of milk. That's my favorite.
Can I sample while you talk?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But if you put a little bit of cream cheese with a little bit of orange juice with it and lightly sweeten it, then that's an option.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Thanks,
No,
I like
that's
that.
so good. The orange is perfect.
You know,
perfect.
when I say essence of orange, I mean essence of orange.
This lady
so it's that
talks the
chocolate,
talk, she walks the walk.
The essence, it's delicious.
And you will need a glass of milk after it. I'll just put in a plug for that as well.
Absolutely.
Becky, thank you.
Thank you.
Great use of zucchini, a great sweet treatment on that summer vegetable, and of course, you can never go wrong with chocolate. So look for this recipe on our website. It's posted there for you at studio5.ksl.com. Of course, just click on the recipe tab there at the top of the screen. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and predict that we might see a few more zucchini recipes coming down the pipe in the coming weeks.